Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. Anyway, today I'll be telling you about Christian movies that would be really nice to strengthen your faith as a Christian. Number one is a franchise, My God's Not Dead. In every part, like there are 4 parts. There's always at the ending. There's always a newsboy. Like newsboys usually perform at the ending. My God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. So every part is different, but they all tell the story of how God really beautifies your life and how serving him is never a mistake. He's based in the US and he's trying to kind of fight back against the rules and the laws again that speak on Christianity and all that kind of stuff. So that are against Christianity, even though it's just based in the US, at least it's something to help you build your faith. But one was about a student and his professor, a philosophy lecturer, and the philosophy lecturer challenged him and told the whole class to write on a piece of paper, God is dead. He was trying to convince them that they should renounce. In fact, he didn't even talk about whether you have faith or not, but the boy was the only one that refused to write God is dead. He said God isn't dead. So the professor, angry and annoyed, now challenged the boy to defend God in front of the whole class. And I don't want to spoil the movie for you, but it's a very interesting watch. It actually helps you to like know that he sacrificed everything just to do. He lost a lot in that battle, but then at the end, just watch it. Part 2 was about a teacher and teacher, laws and the laws of the government. One of her students asked about Jesus, and she, being a history teacher, explained how when Jesus was around and all that kind of stuff, and the people that were out to get her now try to use that against her. They've been looking for a way to chase this Christian teacher out of this school. So that was the thing that they wanted to use. And there was a law that they said that you cannot openly preach. You cannot preach about your faith. Imagine. So that the only way for her to get out of the problem was if she denounced, and she refused. And along the way, she also converted. So like the story is so nice. Like I love, my favorite part is part 1 and part 2. Like they are the best. And the worst part, the story is not focusing on just one person. Like it's focusing on a lot of people. There's an Asian guy, another Arabic girl, and there's so many people, like so many interesting stories. Even a reporter is there, and they explain how all these 3 are going through their different stages in their Christian life, and how some of you just need to watch it. I don't need to talk too much. I don't want to spoil the film. There are part 3 and part 4. Part 4, I've not really watched Patricia, but it comes out every 3 years, every 2 or 3 years. Part 4 was the last that came out. It's not the last. There's still more to come. I'm not sure if more will come out, but this is the 2nd year. It might be next year to come out. So the part 4 was about how the government was trying to regulate how pastors preach in their own church, regulate how pastors preach in their church, preach about God. Like seriously, even though if you hear from the government side of you, like it is valid, but it was not nice. And upon that part 4 was mainly about, it was like a continuation of part 3. I think part 3 was about the government fighting against the pastors and the preachers, but this part 4 was set in like a homeschool teacher that teaches about Christ. So they were trying to convince parents to sue the teacher to abolish teaching Christian, and it was her home, and everybody there were from her church, like her children, like people from her church, like their parents brought their children to her. So they were trying to abolish and everything, and it was just they even went to court. It was crazy. They even brought in scientists, atheists, scientists to come and prove and all this kind of stuff, and a lot of things were being revealed. So you need to watch that. So part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, they are out. It's ready. Just go and browse it out. My God's not dead. I'll just write the name on the screen so you can see and you'll be able to browse it. And the second one I have is A Miracle Child. It's about a little girl that is sick. She has I think she has a stomach problem, and her parents are humble people. Like they don't have that much money, and the money for her the surgery was going to be a lot, and it was like a cancer kind of stuff, so it was fatal for her. And she never relented. She, as a little girl, believed so much in God. She loved God with all her heart, and the movie is so nice. You have to read it. And the parents, they doubted. The mother doubted. Like, they doubted. The mother doubted. Like, they were at their ends with. There was no way. Like, there was no hope for the girl, for the little girl. Like, there was no money for the treatment. Like, the girl was literally going to die. So watch the movie. It's going to be very nice. And then Letters to God is about a little boy that had cancer. He writes like every single day he writes a letter to God. He writes a letter to God about everybody, and the movie is even making me cry because that movie was so amazing. Like, it was so nice. Like, his soul is so pure. Like, other people will be hating God, like, why am I like, why was I the one with cancer? Why was I born with cancer? And I had a little brother that was always like, he was always angry at the world. He was angry at God because of how God was going. He said God was going to take his little brother away. But the boy's faith and everything, like, even when you're watching the film, you will know how pure that boy's heart is. Everybody laughed at him. He had no eyebrows. His hair was bald. He was a little boy. He did not understand, like, why was it happening? Why? But that little boy changed the lives of every single person in that town, and his faith and his love for God was enough. Like, it was enough. If you watch that film, I am not giving you, like, I am not promising you that it's going to be a clear movie, because you're going to be crying through your, like, tears are going to be running down your face. It's the truth, because that movie it touched my heart. Then the fourth one I have is So Suffering. It's about a girl that she's a really skilled, like, she's in her late teens. No, she's in her teens. So she's a very good surfer. Like, she's really good. That's her passion. That's her joy. An unfortunate accident happened. She lost an arm. I don't know how it feels for someone to rise from the ashes. Like, it was so nice. And there's a celebrity in there. Fifth one is A Walk with God. This one is like deep down, like spiritual. Like, the movie is spiritual. You need to watch it. It's talking about one man that, like, his life was over. Like, he had PTSD from going to the war. He's a writer, so he volunteered to go to follow the war. Like, the movie was very enlightening, and he's a writer, so he was trying to go to prove the existence of God. So there was a man that kept coming to him and kept telling him, my name is God. But there's a way the man puts it. Like, you that is watching, you don't understand. Just at the end, you now know that the man was actually having an interview with God. Main thing is that it's actually, as a Christian, it helps you in terms of, like, when you feel like things are not going all right and everything. God, just know that God has a bigger plan for you. I don't like how they brought a man to act as God, but you have to understand what they're talking about. So yeah, that's the end of the video. If I have more recommendations, I'm going to be sure to leave the name down below and even the link to help you download. But if I'm not able to find the links for all these videos or all these movies, I'm just going to ask you to download them on your own. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let's grow this family. Thank you.